this is Robert Sijpesteijn bringing you this morning's market update. US stocks rallied more than 2% yesterday as strong economic data and hints that the proposed September interest hike was unlikely fueled optimism that the worst of the market turmoil was over. Despite this optimism, the figures that have been released show the US economy grew much more strongly than expected in the second quarter of this year, highlighted the two-speed nature of the global economy and a policy conundrum facing the Federal Reserve over whether to raise interest rates in September. If this week's market turmoil has crystallized concerns over the health of the global economy and the impact of a slowdown in China and other emerging economies, then the US is offering a picture of health. It grew at an annual rate of 3.7% in the 3 months to June. The Department of Commerce said on Thursday as it revised up its initial estimate of 2.3% growth. Despite a strong dollar and fear over its effect on exports, net trade added 0.2 percentage points to growth, although partly because of a fall in imports. Meanwhile, corporate profits rose 2.4% in the second quarter, according to the Commerce Department's initial reading. The strong GDP data was welcomed by markets, with the dollar gaining against the euro and other currencies following this release. The US 500 climbed 47 points to close on 1,992.08, while the US Tech 100 moved up a further 107 points, closing on 4,331.88, with the Wall Street having the largest movement, gaining 340 points to close on 16,666. Looking at commodities, gold remained relatively flat, gaining $2.5 for the day, closing up at $1,127. Oil jumped by the most in 6.5 years on Thursday, rebounding from lows last seen during the financial crisis as a surge in global stock markets and outages in 2 major Nigerian pipelines sparked a rally, gaining almost $4 on the day, closing at $47.38 a barrel for Brent. Jumping over to Europe, we saw further stability in the markets, with the UK 100 gaining 123 points to close on 6,212.1, and the Germany 30 climbed 136 points, closing on 10,360.6. In today's corporate news, Bwin Party reported total revenue of €296.5 million in the first half of 2015. French luxury group Hermes reported a profit rise of 16.9% for the first half of the year, and 888 Holdings reported revenue of $220 million for the first half of 2015. Today's economic data in focus has at 9:30 in the UK the release of Quarter 2 GDP, Quarter 2 total business investment, and the index of services for July. At 10 a.m. in the GDP for Greece is released, as well as the EU business climate for August, industrial confidence for August, consumer confidence, services sentiment, economic sentiment indicator, all for August. At 1:30 in the US, we see the release of personal consumption expenditure price index for July, as well as the personal income for July. That's all for this morning's market update. Thank you and goodbye.